For many people, he's the king of FlipTop, a man whose every bar hit like a grenade.
Akala ko pa naman kaso nito homicide o di kaya frustrated murder. Malaman-laman ko ng istapa lang pala sa Angel's Burger.
The rhyme pattern sounded impossible, and whose presence in the ring could turn an entire crowd wild.
Alam niyo po, kilala siya bilang one of the most legendary battle rappers in FlipTop here in the Philippines.
Isang napakahusay na rapper.
Off my head. Siyempre si Looney ba?
Si Looney isa siya para sa akin na nagbago talaga ng game.
Lupit na MC sa bansa, pare, former isa Buhay champ.
Si Looney yung talagang yung monstrous yung presence niya.
Lalo na kung ikaw yung nasa harap niya.
They call him Unang Tugma, the king of rhymes. But before the titles, before the fame, before the chaos of the battle arena, he was just a kid with a pen and a mind built for wordplay. The battle rapper who didn't just dominate the stage, he rewrote what Filipino rap could sound like. This is the story of Marlon Peraramas, aka Looney. Looney was born in Leyte but moved frequently during his childhood. He describes having lived in at least 3 significant places, mentioning that as an artist, he follows the rule of thirds perspective. A kid whose life was always shifting, always in motion. His father trained him intensively from a very young age. Strict, disciplined, uncompromising. At 3 years old, Looney is not playing with toys. Instead, his father teaches him to read. And at 4 years old, he is not playing with other kids. He is competing in spelling bees against children years older than him. Every single time his father came home, young Looney had an assignment. 5 new words from the dictionary, pronunciation, not suggestions, but requirements. This rigorous training is difficult, but along the way it helps develop Looney's lyrical abilities. He describes his relationship with his father.
Sir, ano yung naging role ng ama mo sa development niyo bilang isang artist, bilang isang person?
Well, disciplinarian siya kasi. And more than that, may vision siya. So, bata pa lang ako, nakita niya na, kasi I learned to read at such an early age.
Right.
Tapos, 4 years old, I was joining spelling bees. Kasi yun lagi pinapagawa niya sa akin, mga crossword puzzles, Scrabble, mga New York Times, isip mo mga New York Times na crossword puzzles, mga ganun yung... So, pag nasanay ka dun, ano siya parang naano yung rapper brain mo kasi that's what you need to do those multis, writing those rhymes, parang puzzles yan It's like puzzles, it's like reverse engineering, finding out, parang Jeopardy, diba? Parang ganun siya
Looney's father was a strict disciplinarian who strongly opposed his rap career and wanted him to pursue information technology instead.
My father didn't want me to be a rapper. He wanted me to take up information technology. I wanted to take up mass communications. Yung ano niya, gusto niya kasi sabihin na you're already good in communications, language, English. Why would you take up mass comm? The reason you're going to college is to learn something that you don't know. Kaya niya pinush ako mag-IT kasi papunta na yung ano dun malapit na yung emergence ng ano nun, yung lahat, bago mga cellphones, YouTube.
Right.
So, nakita niya na it would help me in the long run.
His father had a plan for him to be an IT professional, a stable career, a predictable future. But to be a rapper, that wasn't even a consideration. His father was training him to be an IT engineer, but subconsciously, he was creating a rapper. But how about his mother? Well, Looney's mother was different. He called her mother the enabler, the softer one, the supporter, the balance. Before hip-hop, Looney's first musical idol was Alanis Morissette.
Actually, pinakauna ko naging idol si Alanis Morissette. No,
90s.
90s, 1995 yata lumabas yun Jagged Little Pill. Yes. So yun.
Ironic.
Yung ironic
Head over heels.
Na-blow. Saan ka rin
90s, yan ang era natin. Alanis, Eraserhead.
Yes, Yun din, Eraserhead, yung Caterpillar, yun din. pinapakinggan ko nun. Halos magkasabay yun. Caterpillar tsaka Jagged Little Pill. Nakapanood ako, dati kasi MTV pa lang, di ba? MTV, meron pang isang channel dati, MCM eh.
V channel.
Channel V yun.
Channel V.
Tapos napanood ko yung Naughty by Nature, yung Hip Hop Hooray. Yun yung first na hip hop song na narinig ko, na may mga naka-hoodie, may mga baseball bats, tapos ang dami nila, tapos nakakatakot, may mga aso. Sabi ko, astig to gusto ko tong ganitong itsura, ganitong aesthetic, ganito yung...
So parang na-caught yung attention mo.
Oo, pero hindi pa yung music nun, yung ano pa lang, yung itsura pa lang nila. Then after nun, na-discover ko yung Bone Thugs and Harmony, na-discover ko si Tupac, si Eminem, and then doon ako naging focus sa pagsusulat ng sarili kong kanta, lalo na yung technical part.
In 2001, Looney and his friends formed something, Stick Figures. They start performing covers like Eminem and other artists. They become the first students in their school's history to perform rap during morning ceremonies.
Sa school ka una nag-perform?
Sa school.
Tapos di ba parang sumikat ka sa school dahil kuha ko mo yung Eminem
Yes.
songs. Ano yung pinerform mo na Eminem song mo?
Marami. Na-perform ko yung The Real Slim Shady, na-perform ko yung Stan. Tapos, yung iba kasi, nagpe-perform din kami ng mga Bone Thugs, nagko-cover din kami ng mga local hip-hop songs dati, yung mga kanta ni Glock 9, Apocalypsis. So yun, halo-halo yung mga pine-perform. Pero that time, puro pa lang, songs ng other artists pa lang, covers pa lang.
Think about that. In a country still figuring out what hip-hop even is, they're performing it at school assemblies. Then comes the competition, a rap contest. They lose. But someone's watching, a talent scout from Bulaga.
Simulan eh.
So, paano ka nakapasok dun sa Republic of the Philippines sa Bulaga?
Nakakatawa paano kami nakapasok kasi sumali lang kami ng rap contest dati sa Kainta. Then natalo kami doon. Pero may lumapit na parang talent scout ng Bulaga. Sabi, meron kaming ilo-launch na rap show, Republic of the Philippines. Okay lang ba sa inyo? Tapos nung narinig namin yun, hindi kami makapaniwala na, uy, TV na agad. Kumbaga, mga bata pa kami noon 17, 16. Then nakita namin na magandang opportunity yun.
And suddenly, they're in a taxi cab, headed to tape studios, writing frantically. Because the rhymes aren't ready yet. Because they're kids from the province trying to compete on national television. They perform. They don't win. But after the show, Francis M. calls them... Yes, Francis Magalona, the master rapper, the legend calls them.
Tapos nung pagdating namin doon, sumali kami, umabot kami ng grand finals, di kami nanalo. Pero tinawagan kami ni Francis M. Nung simula, hindi ako naniniwala dahil parang prank eh. Dahil hindi naman kami nanalo ba't kami tatawagan? Yun pala, gumagawa siya ng compilation album. Hindi, may nag-text sa akin. Pangalan niya Michael Durango. Tapos, PA daw ni Francis M. Tapos, chinek ko sa Bulaga, may kilala ba kayong Michael Durango? Wala naman daw Michael Durango na nagtatrabaho doon. So, at that time, iniisip namin, pinaprank lang kami ng mga co-contestants namin sa Republic na, ay, baka pinagtitripan lang tayo. Pero, eventually, nung nakausap ko na siya, nalaman ko na yung Michael Durango is middle name niya pala yun, Francis Michael Durango Magalona. Tinetext niya ako, sabi niya, gamit ko lang yung cellphone nung maliit kong anak.
Kunwari PA.
Kunwari PA, pero siya mismo yung nagte-text.
Pero siya pala talaga.
Oo, so sobrang na-blow yung mind ko na, what? Ikaw pala yung ka-text ko doon.
So siya ang unang-una mong nakatrabaho na sikat na rapper dito sa Pilipinas. Na
Siya.
legit, master rapper.
Talagang,
Legend.
Ano nga sobrang swerte dahil di makapaniwala na from that, biglang Francis M. Alam mo yun?
Francis Magalona, the master rapper, the legend calls them. And just like that, the door opens. Francis M. doesn't just give Looney an opportunity. He teaches him everything.
Biglang Francis M. Alam mo yun?
So parang in a way, siya yung unang-unang naging mentor mo.
Yes.
Ano natutunan mo sa kanya pagdating sa pagsusulat ng rap, sa rap at saka sa industry?
Marami, hindi lang sa rap eh. Kung bago paano madalhin yung sarili mo, paano ka sumagot sa interviews, paano ka magkaroon ng confidence, paano ka mag-perform. Lagi niya sinasabi sa akin na pag mag-perform ka, dapat nakikita ng tao dyan kung nahihiya ka. So dapat may eye contact. Lagi niya sinasabi sa akin, may eye contact ka sa... Kumbaga kinakausap mo sila isa-isa, palipat-lipat ka, basta mag-keep ka ng eye contact. Isa yun sa mga natutunan ko sa kanya na hanggang ngayon dinadala ko tuwing nagpe-perform ako. Tsaka lagi niya sinasabi na 3 man yung tao o 1 million man yan, dapat pareho yung level ng performance mo.
That lesson, that standard, that commitment to the craft, Looney absorbs it, lives it, becomes it. Eventually, he becomes Francis M's official hype man. One of the greatest highlights of his career, Francis M sees something in this kid with the dictionary training and the taxi cab rhymes. He sees the future. And then, too soon, Francis M died. Looney is in Cebu when Francis M died.
After nun, yung last song namin, Song With Him,
Anong effect sa'yo nung nawala na siya?
malaki dahil siya talaga yung pinaparinggan ko ng mga kanta ko eh. Pag may bago akong kanta, paparinig ko sa kanya. Siya yung nag-i-inspire sa akin dati. Tsaka nung nawala siya kasi wala ako dito nun eh, nasa Cebu ako eh. So, sobrang sakit nun, naglakad ako pa uwi nun. Sobrang hindi ko matanggap na wala na si Kuya Kiko na... Kasi alam ko, lalakas pa siya dapat nun eh. Nung napag-usap kami, nakapag-perform pa siya ng one last time sa Bulaga nun kasama si Ellie. And then yun, bigla nakakabigla na one day, biglang gano'n, patay na si Francis M. Yun, then, pero kahit sa kabila ng mga lungkot na grabe yung apoy na binigay niya sa akin. Dahil huling text message niya sa akin, tuloy ang revolusyon, anak. Yun ang sabi niya.
4 words that would carry Looney through every struggle that followed. Around 2008, Stick Figures drops their first album, Critical Condition, and they want Looney to write a love song. But Looney doesn't want to. That's not who he is. That's not his truth. The pressure is intense. The label is forcing him. Expectations weighing down. So he writes a song, but not the song they wanted. He writes Taolang in 2013. It drops, and it becomes a phenomenon. Best Rap Song at the Awit Awards. Best Original Song at the Urban Music Awards. Millions of streams. An anthem. Not because he compromised, because he refused to. For 8 years, he grinds in the underground, perfecting his craft, building his reputation bar by bar, battle by battle. 2010. FlipTop launches, and suddenly the underground explodes into the mainstream. Looney becomes widely known, the king of Tugma, the lyrical assassin. But he's been doing this for nearly a decade already. This isn't overnight success. This is earned. Looney has a message for anyone watching, to anyone listening, to anyone listening.
So, tingin ko yun lang talaga yung kailangan mong gawin eh. Na kahit ano pa yung napili mong daan na yun, kailangan mo lang patunayan sa sarili mo na isa ka talaga sa pinakamahusay dyan. Yun para, para walang masabi yung mga tao. Pag nagsisimula ka pa lang kasi talagang doon mo maririnig lahat eh. Kahit sa mismong mga mahal mo pa sa buhay. Masaya ako eh, na ito yung napili ko.
Oo, pag passion, panghuli sa priority yung pera.
Oo, kasi yun nga yun eh. Pag tinatanong nga ako, pag may ginagawa akong project ngayon, etong project, racket. Etong isa, passion project. Iba talaga yung passion project eh. Sa
pipiliin
racket,
mo yung passion?
Oo, yung passion project. Kasi dun, hindi mo kailangan pilitin yung sarili mo eh. Hindi mo kailangan pilitin babangon ka mag-isa eh. Pag natutulog ka, may naisip kang lyrics. Kahit na inaantok ka, hanapin mo yung notebook mo, iti-take down mo yun para mamaya meron kang pagsimulan, may sisimulan ka na nakante. So, iba talaga pag passion eh. Medyo weird sa tingin ng normal na tao eh kung paano mo ginagawa.
Looney really pushed for the quality of lyricism, the art of words of rap, not the fame, not the money, the art. From a disciplined child solving spelling bees at age 4, writing rhymes in a taxi cab to his first TV appearance, to the king of Tugma, the barometer for freedom, the guardian of lyricism, and living proof that no matter how devastating the wind, you face it head on and embrace it.